We'll have recording part 1 and recording part 2, hopefully. Yay.
Well, where were we?
We're somewhere in the depths of mystery. Yes, you were telling a very juicy story and we got cut off. So pick up where you left off, knowing we have to shift topics in just a second.
I will just say that the focus for me, experiencing the trauma that LGBTQ people suffer, has been the enormous learning. And for us to become the essential gift to the world that I believe we are, and I believe is part of the plan and part of creation from the Big Bang, that queer people would be part of this, that we're essential somehow in the healing of the human race and of this planet.
Yeah.
But we have to be involved in accepting healing in our own lives to fully achieve that. And you two are doing that, well, all the time. So I'm speaking to the choir. I'm not excluding you two either from the other side of the screen, but okay, I'm done with that. Take me where you want. Let me plug the book before we end today.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, and I love and I wish we had several hours to talk about some of what you just unpacked for us, even the opening words about us as a queer tribe, and kind of, we're basically toddlers, and I'd love to explore that more someday. Maybe we'll have you back and talk about our developmentalness. But moving beyond, the next question kind of fits in, and that is the vision for us. So here we are as queer people, we show up on the planet. You and I at least believe that there's a meaning or purpose to all of that. What's your vision for us as a movement, as a tribe, as peoples, especially in the current chaotic times in which we live?
My vision is organic.
Yeah.
It's going to happen organically.
Yeah.
It's going to happen by, I think, our individually and collectively speaking to some of the topics we've already covered: trauma, the fear of abandonment, being raised with a consciousness that we were profoundly different and that we had to negotiate. I believe we've been individually through a particular kind of hell.
Yeah.
It's a multi-year, lifelong coming out process, and it's a birthing process. And as we know from our sisters, the birthing process is extremely painful. But as my mother said after giving birth to 9, she said, you forget about the pain after they're born. I go, well, I doubt that's true, Mother, but nonetheless, once we come through the birth canal, we thrive. And our call is to thrive together. We can do 3 things, I see. When we were young, we were required to be alert, to see things as they were, because any not seeing was a threat to our existence, meaning we had to observe the world we were raised in, the family, the community, very carefully to know who was safe, to know what we could say, to know who we were, over against often the silence of a family. So we have a vision, we have the ability to see. We listened very carefully as children. We listened to the words people used. We listened to the ways people were referred to. We knew the words queer and faggot intimately because we know how those words got applied to people that we had some intuitive relationship to. So we have very attuned hearing or listening skills. And what I think is most important spiritually, which is how I envision the growth of a tribe, is that we have the capacity to be present to one another. Kirk and Donnie have practiced with using that word or not, the practice of presence for I've probably known you for going on 30 years.
Yeah.
when I first met you, you were extremely present to me, and I was in need of gay men. I was in a broken state doing the work I've described. I was exhausted. And you were extremely present to me and attuned to me. You heard me, you saw me, but most importantly, you were present to me.
Yeah.
The gift of presence is the heart of the spiritual life to me. If we are present, whether it's in meditation or in a friendship or at dinner or in the silence when we're in the forest, if we're present, what we need to know will be given to us. We'll hear it. We'll receive it. Not perfectly. I'm a broken guy, but I hear it. And I take it in the way that my broken and grace self can do that. And I have experienced that from LGBTQ people since before I was aware I was LGBTQ. So that's the future to me, is to concentrate that energy and then take it into the world, not to make enemies of people who are not us. And those people, in my view, need us.
Yeah.
The end of my practice as a therapist was almost all straight people. And I conjured, why have they come to this gay therapist? They knew intuitively they needed something that only a gay man could give them that they couldn't get in their own worlds. It wasn't because I was so special. I'm emotionally present, and that's a big piece of it. Especially men in our culture have a capacity to be deeply emotionally present, which, as we know in this toxic male culture, is so needed. And we have the opportunity to provide that. That's my vision, to see, to listen, and to be present.
Great, great, great. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Well, we're running over just a little, so I want to invite the couple men that are present if they have any quick questions or comments, and then after we do that, love for you to plug your book and anything else that you want to, so that men can drink from the wisdom that you have. So. Anyone have a quick comment or question? Just raise your hand or unmute you if you're muted. And if not, we'll let Bill just kind of wind things up. Okay, I see Steve Marlowe.
Hey. Some parallel paths here. I was on administrative staff with Metropolitan Community Church, a little church on Eureka Street with Jim Matulski for a total of 20 years. And we were like one of the center of the universe for AIDS memorials and then AIDS related celebrations. And I really, boy, that shaped my life. Both my age years in Chicago and then coming to San Francisco. And now I'm in Sacramento, and I've had this tug of clear intuition that Kirk was really the one who planted that seed about intuition some years ago, of being of service to men in general. And I've seen in my spiritual community, which is large and thriving, but is 2/3 to 3/4 women, which is fine. But needing that male presence and energy. And the gay guys, and we know how to look across the room and kind of go, oh yeah, him, and socialize around that. And it's been my intuition that there's a lack of a liberation of men in general, that I'm thinking queer men lead the charge on that and show other men. And so this is my dream to start a community here in Sacramento under my Center for Spiritual Living group. And we have 15 men show up. We're expecting 5. And I have another 8 or 9 that are already on the mail list from one meeting. And it's what they want. I was shocked. First meeting, they want to be more fully human And I'm still struggling with some of the words on it. I know what it is, but I was not prepared for them to be so ready and willing and wanting. What comes up for you when I say that? Is there some hint?
I identify with almost everything you're saying, and I see this in men. And I see so many non-gay men drawn to gay men because they know intuitively these men have something they want and need and they don't know how to access. And we were required to access it to stay alive and to be with each other. So it's a gift that came to us and then we were required to access. And I think the culture is hungry for it. I watched the way Pete Buttigieg was adored by the human race, because he's this extraordinary gay man and people want to go, I want that guy in my life. Well, we're all that guy.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And thanks for doing the work you're doing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Any closing comment before Bill kind of winds us up? All right. So tell us about your book and any closing words.
I have a book coming out in December. It's called, the title is I Came Here Seeking a Person, One Gay Man's Spiritual Journey. The title is from my great teacher, Thomas Merton. And the person I came here seeking is this person, that person, and that person. It's three people I'm seeking. First, myself. I can't seek you until I seek me. Once I seek you, I know there's something transcendent to all of this. And so it's an account of about 25 events in my life, beginning at the age of 4, in which I had an experience, an intuition. I heard a word, I had a vision, I saw something, I had a look, I read something, I watched something. And as a result of that moment, paying attention to it, I shifted my life either a little bit, or when Harvey Milk said, we're here because we're not afraid, I shifted my life 180 degrees. So I write about those 30 events, 25, 30 events, and talk about them in the context of how I know you, the reader, also have these experiences, and they are worthy of your investing in and coming to know them, to trust your intuition, to trust these experiences as manifestations of the deepest wisdom and truth, the mystery of the divine in our lives. I'm excited about the book, and there will be a couple of opportunities for those who might be interested to. We're working on some things to have a couple of book signings in San Francisco and elsewhere. And if you're interested in a book signing, be in touch with me. I'm very easy to contact. Kirk has all my contact information. And the book cover, I think, is on your website.
Do you want to put it out there right now or not?
Because the book is not published until December, I don't have a copy of it yet.
Okay.
But I think I sent you the cover.
Yes.
So it'll be somewhere in here.
Yeah, it's already archived in the call itself. You'll see a cover of the book. Great, great, excellent.
I'll be back in touch with Kirk and Donnie when it comes out to talk about whatever we may do. So
great, yay, perfect.
Yes.
And
well,
I would just want to thank you for this. I feel very full right now and very grateful to have this conversation. And even though we're on video, I got a lot of energy from every man on this call. I don't see perhaps everyone, but every man I see, I got a lot of energy from, and it's very filling at this age. Thank you.
Great. Well, we're so graced by your presence. I've been personally graced by your presence in my life, but now I'm so happy for more people, at least in my little segment, our little segment of the world, to know more of you. In fact, probably 1,000 more men will be watching this video if we can compile it. So thank you so much for all the ways that you bring love and light into the world. And yeah, I look forward to the unfolding visions and conversations about us becoming the more mature tribe in the future. So with that, I'll close out, everybody.
Thank you. Thank
Namaste.
you all.
Thank
Namaste.
you.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you.
You all.
And
We'll be in
whoever
touch,
has-
Greg.
Yes, we will. We will.
All right.
And whoever has to press the end record button will take care of that.
Yes,
Monday.
our Monday.
Thank you, Monday, for this. And Steve Marlowe, thank you for being here with us. So, all right. Good night, y'all.